Okay, this is an update video on my 2018 Ram 2500. It has the 6.7 Cummins diesel as well as the 68 RFE automatic transmission. It is a limited tungsten edition, and I have 17,000 miles on the truck. I have changed the fuel filters. I do that every 15,000 miles. I also change the oil at 15,000 miles. That is Cummins' recommended oil and fuel filter change intervals, and I stick with that. I've never had an issue with that. I do the same with my 16 Ram as well as my 2011. So anyways, to date, there have been no issues. I have nothing to report. There's no issues with the truck. I love it. Truck gets great fuel mileage. The emission systems on this truck, Cummins really has fine-tuned it. I get great fuel mileage even during an active region on the highway. I can still get over 20 miles a gallon. I may do another video about that because I did have some active regens. I had some active regens while in the city. Yes, it got horrible fuel mileage right in the city, like DC traffic. Okay, but I had a couple active regens while on the highway, and I still got when I fill up for that tank that interval, I still got over 20 miles a gallon. So that's great. With my previous Ford, when the truck would go into an active regen, I got horrible fuel mileage. So, but this Ram has been good. I'm glad I went with the 18 instead of the 19, and that's strictly because of the aluminum hood. The 19s have an aluminum hood, and my experience with the Ford is I just don't like to see the hood bounce at highway speeds. There have already been reports on Cummins forum about people experiencing hood flutter at highway speeds. So I got the 18. It has an all steel body. The hood is steel, and I've never had my hood vibrate or flutter at highway speeds. I do like the 19s. Don't get me wrong; they're a beautiful truck. The interior is, I mean, my interior is a limited tungsten. It is great. It is still light years ahead of both GM and Ford, and I'm talking their 2020 models. For the 19 Rams, that new interior, that is amazing. It is super nice, and that 12-inch Uconnect screen is pretty amazing. But my truck, the interior is great. You know, real leather, real wood everywhere. I love it. The tungsten edition, I get more leather, so my headliner is leather suede. I get this brushed aluminum look here and here instead of the chrome, and I get blacked out headlights. I mean, I love the truck. Truck looks amazing. Drives amazing. It's really smooth. Not as powerful as the Ford. The Ford, because it was V8, had more power and torque. But the Ford, with the Power Stroke and their transmission, is a very smooth truck to drive. Power delivery is um, incredible, and the power transfer through the transmission to the wheels is very linear about the Ford. The Ram is still a very powerful truck. This is the standard Cummins, so it's 370 horse and 800 pound-feet of torque. The 68 RFE, I will say that the 68 RFE is a little bit clunky, but that's kind of how the 68s are. My 16 was like that. My 11 was like that. They're just kind of clunky. So they're smooth, but at times they can be clunky. So I love the exhaust brake on the Ram. So with the exhaust brake on my Ford, the way it worked is you turn it on, right? You drive and you let off the gas. You would think the exhaust brake would slow you down. It doesn't. You have to hit the brakes. You have to cause the transmission to downshift. Then the exhaust brake will kick in, and it will work in conjunction with the transmission to slow you down. It really felt more like transmission braking versus exhaust braking. Um, the Ram is a little bit different. You turn the exhaust brake on, you're driving, you let off the gas, the exhaust brake will immediately kick in and it slows you down. It does work in conjunction with the transmission as well, but it immediately slows you down. And then as you're slowing down, then the truck will downshift as it slows down and slows and slows and slows and so forth. Um, the way Ford has it, I just didn't like it. and it really didn't feel like the exhaust brake was even working because it just felt more like transmission braking. The Ram Cummins, I also, I do like the sound of the exhaust brake when it's on. It sounds pretty cool when you slow down, and it's working. So, anyways, uh, I will say that I do miss my massaging seats in the Ford and the panoramic sunroof. Ooh, and the tow mirrors. Um, Ford seats are a little bit more comfortable, even though I got the limited tungsten, and the seats are nice, very nice. However, they're a little bit tougher than the Ford. But you give some and you lose some, right, or whatever. So there's always pros and cons to every make and model out there. But Ram is more. I'm more comfortable with Ram and the Cummins diesel. I love the interior, how everything is real leather. Everything is wrapped in leather. Uh, and the infotainment system is better, and it uses real wood, not fake wood, not you know whatever simulated wood Ford or GM uses. Ram uses real wood, and I love that. It gives more of a elegant feel to the truck. So, and my Ram can fit in my garage. That's kind of important. The Ford is a bigger truck. It's like 17 inches longer, but you know. Um, anyway, so that's my report on the truck. No issues. It drives well. Gets great fuel mileage. The interior is holding up well. I love the Uconnect system. I love my Uconnect app that I can, start, stop, lock, unlock, and locate my truck from anywhere in the world. That option was not available in the 2017 Super Duties. It will be available in 2020, but it's not available now in the Super Duties. It is available in their F-150s and their cars and SUVs, but not currently in their Super Duties. I would like to see Ram put a 8-speed or 10-speed behind the Cummins diesel. I think if they did that, the truck would get even better fuel mileage. But, we'll see if that happens. Maybe in a couple years or whatever. So, overall, very happy with the truck. And, you know, um, if I had to do it all over again, um, would I keep my Ford or would I trade it and get the 18 again? Or would I get the 19? Looking back, um, I would get the 18 all over again. I don't want a truck with an aluminum hood. They bounce and flutter at highway speeds. Just drives me nuts. I know that eventually, if I were to upgrade to a new truck, they're all going to have aluminum hoods. Like I get that. It's just something I got to deal with. But right now, I'm glad I bought the 18. I got an all steel bodied truck, and I like that. So there are times when I miss the Ford, but overall, in general, very happy with the 18, and I would make the trade all over again in a heartbeat.